What's poppin', everybody? This is Silvally with a very cool deck profile to show you guys today, featuring my favorite Pokemon, Salamence. So managed to get a few of these guys, Salamence V and Salamence VMAX, and of course I had to try them out for myself, and we're gonna try them out in Expanded. And the reason for this is quite simple. Salamence VMAX, most people that tried this card out in Standard tried it out with Porygon Z. Now, it's not a bad way to try out the deck. It makes a lot of sense. You try and get Porygon Z out, and you get a bunch of special energies. This guy is going to be ready to attack, and you also get the benefits of stuff like the draw energy and the capture energy and what have you. Now, while that is good, it's a bit slow. I mean, this guy with max wings, he can do 240. That's even stronger than Zacian's V's attack. But Zacian V, even though it does 230 for 3, it's a basic Pokemon. It's got that great ability. And of course, you can easily power it up with Metal Saucer. So it's not really the same when you need a little bit of time to get Porygon Z and get this guy out. Doing 240 after a bunch of turns is not the same. Now, if you can do 240 though as soon as turn 2, then this guy, I think it becomes a beast. Becomes very strong. And this is what the expanded format allows us to do. This is what the double colorless energy allows us to do. Now, you slap in the double colorless energy, and then you slap one of these triple acceleration energies, and this guy is ready to go. And he can start doing 240 like really quickly. And if you can get this high pressure really quick, Sonic Double is also a cheap attack that can put some pressure to your opponent. I think he becomes very, very deadly. So this is what we're going to try and exploit using this guy in Expanded. Now, the regular form, it's not really that great, to be honest. You can dedicate a deck to swoop across and just try and spread and manipulate the damage with Duskroar and what have you, but it's not really going to shine like this. Heavy Storm, I always laugh when I see this attack because I think of the Yu-Gi-Oh card. 160 for 4. You can use any energy, but once again, it's not going to really get the job done. So for the most part, this guy just exists so we can evolve it into the VMAX right here. Actually, I like this full art too. Looks good. This guy doesn't look that good. Same for the full art. I like this guy better like this sort of angle. But anyways, so good attacks, decent stats, 320 HP. Nice resistance to fighting. Lightning weakness can be trouble, but pretty standard Pokemon as a colorless flying dude. So, the other guys that we're going to have for support is going to be this Silvally Gx. So 2 of this guy with disc reload, you draw until you have 5. And we can also just instantly attach the DC and do Brave Buddies. Keep applying pressure if we have to. So this is why this guy is in here. Disc reload and good compatibility with DC. I'm going to aim to exploit Winona in this deck, which is why it just works very nice to run these guys together. We can just search our evolved VMAX Salamence. We can search this guy too easily with Winona, so it's just a perfect combination. So that's why I decided to run them like this. We've got this 3 type null to get out the dude. I have one of the Crimson Invasion here. I would run 3 probably if I had them, but I just have 1. And then we do 2 of the Ultra Prism 1. This one is not bad by all means, but I just think I would prefer just this guy, 3 of this guy. I mean, very similar attack. They've got that 3 for 70 attack anyway. Just a little bit of a difference in the first attack. But they've got that 110 HP. You have a lot of options for type null. There's one that has like 1 retreat, but I prefer to have the 110 HP. For the most part, if this guy gets in the active position, like we're not going to put a DC on it to switch and what have you, so it doesn't matter. The retreat doesn't matter. Okay, so 3 of this and the 2 of Silvally Gx. Around a 2-2 line of the Salamence, I would probably run like a 3rd Salamence V, just for more consistency, but I just had to. I managed to get only 2 of each. So we're working with what we have, but it works out fine. The main guy is this guy. You gotta have at least 2 of this guy. That's the main thing. Now for the rest of the Pokemon, I've got the Double V. This is very good. Once again, you can just use a DC and then put like the powerful colorless energy. He's ready to go. Late game, excellent attacker, soft wool, excellent ability. So it makes sense for me to run in here. And we got one of the Tornadoes too, and this is basically only here as a way to deal with Decided Eye. So I decided to make this deck be as competitive as it can be, and I didn't just want to leave walls like that, not consider them. So this guy can do 120 for 3. With one powerful colorless energy, he's going to do 140, so that's enough to get the one shot. Plus, I mean, if I just do 30 and then do the big air slash attack, it also gets the job done. It's a good basic Pokemon. Good, only one retreat, nice, 120 HP. Jet Draft is an early attack. It's going to discard special energies too. So a lot of utility. There's a bunch of other Pokemon you can consider. Like I thought maybe I should run the Bouffalant that does more damage on grass Pokemon. It's one from Primal Clash. There's a bunch of other options you can do, like maybe you can try Lugia-EX even. There's a lot of techs you can run in a deck like this. But I thought this guy's the best one. Just can do 140 if we put the powerful colorless on. So I think it makes the most sense. Now, we also have Silvally Gx is going to be very important in this deck for support. I'm running this as opposed to Dedenne. I think it's obvious. It's because of Winona. So if we play second, I can just instantly gather my Pokemon. If we play first, I still have a bunch of stuff that we search the Pokemon, like Nest Ball, Quick Ball. But I really like the utility this card can give me. Plus, we've got this guy for drawing. So it's all good. And then finally, just a Mew for that bench barrier protection. Once again, this is to sort of help with Decided Eye. Like if I do play against it, get that defense so that they can't just slowly spread damage on this guy if I'm going to try and power him up or something. So that's basically the point. Obviously can help against Pikarom, help against spread, any sort of other sniping Pokemon. So I usually have it in my decks, and we got the space here, so why not? Now, the trainers is going to be the really interesting part. Now, I'm going to start things off with the A-Spec, because it's the most unique card in here, I would say. So the A-Spec of choice in this deck is the Scramble Switch. And this isn't a card that I've used a lot over the years, because I usually run Computer Search or Gold Potion in like Primal Kyogre and those kinds of decks. And what's it called? Naganadel, Guzzlord, whatever. But Scramble Switch, I believe it's the best A-Spec to run in this deck. And the reason for this is quite simple. We don't have any way to accelerate energies. We just rely on our manual attachments that give multiple energies, the triple acceleration, the DC, and what have you. And if I get this guy ready, he makes an attack, does a lot of damage, and then he's gets an attack in return, he won't survive another turn. I can use Scramble Switch, promote a fresh Salamence or like a Double or whatever, save an energy, put another energy, and we have a really good sort of strong play right there that can keep the pressure up. We don't lose the energies, and I don't really know how else to explain it. It's just a very aggressive move you can make with Scramble Switch. And I seriously rely on it in this deck. It's only one card, but if you make the play at the right time, save an energy, like move a DC on a new Pokemon, and to just keep going, it's really, really good. This guy, he has that weakness to lightning, but most of the time, like all of the VMAX Pokemon, will take at least one hit. And this guy with 320 HP, he'll probably take at least one big hit. So it's not like he's going to be dying in one shot. If he was going to be dying in one shot, then this deck wouldn't be good. Same for any VMAX. So this is why I think you have to run the Scramble Switch here. It's another reason why I'm running this guy. Gives us that sort of extreme dig in every turn, so we can get access to Scramble Switch and our special energies and what have you. This deck is all about fast power and consistency. That's it. Doesn't really have a lot of fancy techs. It's pretty simple. The strategy is really simple. And every card in here is a good card, basically. Just a bunch of good cards together. Okay. Um, uh, yeah, I hope that made sense. But I think you guys get the idea. We can exploit these energies, you know, double colorless energy and triple acceleration energy. So it's all about aggression at the end of the day. All right. So Scramble Switch is the ace pick of choice. I considered, something like Gold Potion. It can also give us that. Maybe if we heal, we can survive another hit. But I think Scramble Switch is just the best. It's also a switching card too, so it's nice to have around. So definitely a spec of choice here. Now, we need to search our Pokemon too, so I've got the 2 Nest Ball in here as my sort of item searcher. Gonna help get stuff like these guys, Type Null, Double, this guy, Salamence, of course. Get them. And I've got the 1 Quick Ball too. So this is a way to get the basic Pokemon too, but it allows me to get Tapu Lele as well. And I've got the 3 Cherish Ball too. Once again, help me get the Tapu Lele so I can search the supporter that I need. Plus, can search out this guy too if we don't have Winona. So good cards, good consistency cards. You can run them in a different way, but this is the most efficient way from my experience. 3 Cherish Ball, 1 Quick Ball, and 2 Nest Ball gives us a good searching power for the Pokemon. I've got some energy searching too, the Energy Lotto in here since we're only running special energies in this deck. Got some usual techs like Field Blower, doing double Field Blower this time. I'm going to touch on this later. Normally I do 1 Field Blower, 1 Megaphone, but this time it's going to be 2 Field Blower, and I'm going to explain why later. Got Judge Whistle, just extra draw power, keep drawing, see the energies, see what we need. Like I've said, I mean, you can substitute these for other tech cards, but I'm happy to run these. I have all the techs that I need, so it's nice. Got Double Stretcher as opposed to just 1, just in case I need to recycle this guy. We have to dump them, or he dies, or basically because I don't have the 3rd Salamence V. So Double Stretcher, why not? And then we got 1 Special Charge. This is in here for special energy recovery. I mean, makes sense. We're running all special energies, so this can help. So 1 is good enough. 1 regular switch. Just 1 because I've got the Scramble Switch too. Should be enough. We're really not going to be switching around too much. Trainer's Mail, additional consistency, the double via Seeker, and that's about it for the items pretty much. Oh, and the laser. Run 1 of this just for extra speed, extra damage. It's going to put some damage on the opponent, and if they don't switch, it's going to add up with the poison. And it's not a tool, so they can get rid of it. I'm not running any like muscle bands or stuff like that. I just run the 1 laser. Plus, it's just an easy card to play, get it out of your hand, and then we can draw cards with this guy. Okay. Now then, we gotta talk about the stadiums now. So, I run the double Asperia City Gym, good old Charon's sort of gym in the Black and White 2 games, so cool. It's gonna give colorless Pokemon 20 more HP. So it makes Salamence even bigger, and it's gonna help out everybody. Help out this guy especially. And it's just great. Helps out this guy. So this is basically the normal stadium I would have in this deck. You can do something like, what the hell is it called? The Chaotic Swell. But there's a reason why I'm not running that, because we gotta run this too. Now, one of this deck's weaknesses, if it happens, it's not always gonna happen, is Aegislash and Aegislash EX and Xurkitree GX. We're only running special energies in this deck. There's no basic energies. I thought of using maybe Welder, building the deck like that, but I don't think it's efficient. This is the best way to run it. If you run it with Welder, it's just like a shittier, like Reshiram Charizard deck, I would say. Much slower. But like this, we get this sort of speed, we get this sort of aggression that we need. Makes Salamence dangerous. but it makes us susceptible to Circuitry GX and Aegislash. To my knowledge, those are the only Pokemon that have that sort of ability where they block any damage from Pokemon with special energies. This is going to stop them. Now, I considered running the Stealthy Hood, I think is what it's called, but I'm not sure what the ruling is, if that card is going to stop them. I think it does stop them, but in the end I decided to go with this instead. I really don't want to run tools in this deck, plus I wasn't sure about the ruling. So we run this as a means to counter them. Plus, Silent Lab is a good stadium. Negate Basics Pokemon ability. It's all over the place in Expanded anyway, so might as well run our own. So if those dudes come up, I can use this. Obviously, it can stop a lot more things. If not, then we just don't use it. We just discard it. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we don't really have any like basic abilities that we want to take advantage of. This is situational, the bench barrier. A lot of the times you won't need it, depending on the deck you're playing. And Tabulele, once I use it, I'm not using it again. So I guess this could get in our way, but I mean, I can always just get rid of my own stadium for this, or just use the field blowers, the reason why I have them. And the reason for the field blowers besides this is to get rid of opposing chaotic swells, so we can play this and make sure that we can attack Aegislash and Xurkitree and what have you. I don't think there's any other Pokemon with those abilities. Now, at the same time, we can also just switch, like pull with Boss's Orders and the VS Seekers. So that's another option. So I think I'm good when it comes to countering those dudes. You know, we're good when it comes to Decide Eye. I have some options. We can use these guys too to attack them. So I made the deck to not have, you know, the weaknesses that it would have. Enhance Hammer, you can't really do shit about that. So if your opponent plays Enhance Hammer, it's going to suck. You probably won't win. That's the biggest weakness in this deck, but we can't do shit about it, really. But yeah, this is basically the point of the stadiums. This is the main stadium, and this is like a tech stadium that we might use. Okay. And now for the supporters, they're going to be standard. Got the Chorus, 3 Cynthias, 1 N, 1 Juniper. We really don't want to discard, so 1 Juniper is enough. I've got Silvally. I've got this lovely chick too. I mean, it's Wallace's chick. But this Winona bitch right here is going to be perfect in this deck, like I've said. It also helps us draw cards because you can search this guy. And then it's like she becomes a draw and supporter too. So it's all good. The 1 Skylar too. So yeah, we got that sort of flying Pokemon theme going. But yeah, it's my usual supporters for the most part. She's obviously going to be great. I even thought of running 3, but 2 I think is the right number. And basically that's it. We can grab whatever we need with VS Seekers too, like if we want to reuse it. The N, the Chorus, Boss's Orders. Yeah. I mean, it's just stage 1s at the end of the day. It's not any heavy-duty Pokemon we're trying to get out, like stage 2s and stuff. So, it's consistency-wise is okay. From what I tested so far anyway. I've really been enjoying it, this deck, and I'm glad because it's Salamence too. And then the last thing, the energies. Self-explanatory. You max out the triple acceleration, you max out the DCEs, and then I do 3 of the powerful colorless energy too. Get that extra boost. It can help. It can make Salamence really strong. And it can make us hit, like, if we use Sonic Double, you do 60 on the active Pokemon and then 40 on the bench, so that's 100 damage total, so that's really nice too. And the great thing is that, like, we can just do this, slap the powerful colorless, and even if you don't get DC, you can just slap this next turn, and you're ready to go with that huge-ass attack. So, it's really, really strong. Nothing else to say about it, really. This guy becomes really strong too, you know, with a powerful colorless energy. Like, if they're down a 1 prize, This guy has like a powerful colorless, and then you slap the DC with a scramble switch player, what have you. This guy can hit for like 290 and shit. Just too damn good, man. Too damn good. And this is basically the deck. Very simplistic, very aggressive, but very effective too, from my experience anyway. And I'm looking forward to showing you guys some matches with it too. I hope you guys like it as well. So I'm really glad to finally Salamence is kind of good. I can finally use like a Salamence card that's at least solid. It's I don't think it's ever gonna go down as one of my favorites, but well, you never know if we use it enough. I like the artwork. The attacks are good. I mean, I guess we're never gonna be on the DP Gen 3 levels of Salamence cards, but it's good enough. Like, they could have printed worse. Okay, and hope you guys enjoyed this deck video. Hope you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the matches. Thank you guys for watching. What up?